Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Therese.
And welcome to Low Carb Spin. Today we're cooking up our version of a creamy chicken casserole.
It's delicious. It's the one Mom used to make with the Ritz crackers all crunched on top.
I remember it all too well, and I'm so glad that we came up with a version that fits into our lifestyle.
Let's get cooking. So we're going to get started with my favorite part of this recipe, the creamy gravy that goes into the noodles and all that yummy chicken.
Okay.
Butter? Yep, it's our butter.
Melt butter. And what temperature are you going to have that at?
I'm going to put it at about medium.
And then we're going to go on to some chicken stock and cream, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'll measure that out for you while we're waiting here. Get that butter all nice and melty.
Should have sliced it a little thinner. Would have melted faster.
Clean
up on aisle 7.
I'm not the good sous chef.
It's just fine with me.
But
as long as that gets in the pan.
It's going to get in the pan.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to go on to some egg yolk powder.
We're going to use that because that's going to make it a little thicker and creamier. Even though we have a little xanthan gum, I'd rather have a little bit of that. I don't know, it's kind of in between that other sauce where they use the egg and the butter. What's that sauce called?
What, a hollandaise?
Yes.
Ah, hollandaise.
Kind of like a little, I don't know, kind of leaning toward a hollandaise sauce just because a little bit of the egg, though it's not changing the flavor.
Very decadent.
Exactly. So I'm going to add the stock. It's almost the whole can.
So while you're doing that, and I'm not going to touch the cream and make a mess anymore, but what works really good with the spices is to mix it all together with your xanthan gum before you put it into your pan, because then it's more evenly distributed so that your xanthan gum doesn't clump up.
This is really simple. I mean, you just stir it together, and then I'm going to add in the lovely cream.
Should I move this over for you?
Oh, you know, we got sponges.
I've already made the mess.
We got sponges.
This is the onion powder. Mix that in. What is this? Oh, this is the xanthan gum.
Yes.
Forgetting what we're using here. And some Redmond seasoning salt.
To me, that salt gives it a chickeny flavor. It doesn't have anything chicken in it, but I don't know what it is, but
it does. It tastes like a bouillon cube.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
So much better because bouillon is so bad for you.
And then I'm going to add some pepper. Should I add it in here?
Yes. Okay. Why not? Get all the seasonings together.
Well, if I use this, even if I spill, I feel like a chef. So I'm gonna. This makes me happy.
It does.
Okay, so you add this before it really gets hot, right?
I'm going to lower the heat a little bit.
Does that work okay?
Yeah. I think it's working fine. And I can already see it's getting smoother right away.
And whisk that all in.
That's it. So this is the consistency that you're looking for. You see it's bubbly and it's starting to stick to the spoon. And then it's going to, when it cools off, it's going to get thicker, even thicker. So we're going to start with our ribbon noodles. It all goes in the NutriBullet, so it's super quick and simple.
I'm going to start off with the eggs. This is also a variation from Anita from Ketogenic Woman. She makes the carnivore noodles, but this is going to be our little spin on it. So then
great.
Go to the cream cheese.
See if I can get it in here without a splashdown. Oh, bonus points for me.
And now we're going to add some Parmesan cheese, and that's grated fresh. Do you always have to use Parmesan?
Well, I have used Asiago before, and that works just fine, as long as it's grated. I use both times fresh. You can use the ones from the can also.
That sounds delicious. And then we're going to add some gelatin. And also in there, I believe there's a pinch of xanthan gum.
Exactly.
So less than an eighth, but just a pinch.
All right. What I like about it, quick. Give it one more?
Sure.
Just to make sure.
That's my kind of recipe.
So we took the content that we had just mixed up in our NutriBullet and we put it in a measuring cup. So you want to evenly divide your batter so that each of the noodles come out even.
Oh
my gosh.
perfect.
How did I
Okay.
do that?
We're just going to take an angled spatula. You can also tip the pan too, because that will work. And we're going to spread out the noodles to the ends of this silicone mat.
And then we're gonna, once they cook, you got 10 minutes, right? Who doesn't have 10 minutes to cook a whole pan of noodles? It's so easy.
Yeah, they're good.
Thank you, Anita.
Okay,
Ready
into
for the oven.
Our preheated oven.
So onto our second sheet, I'm just going to cut it in half, just like I did on the first ones. It's a little bit easier to get out of the pan. And I'm going to lay it onto the parchment paper. I crinkle it so that it's easier to get it off. And I'm going to lay this one on top so that I can slice up my noodles. So I'm going to slice down in half, and then I'm just going to put them on top of each other again. And you have your ribbon noodles. Here are all our noodles, so we are ready to assemble the entire casserole. Karen, why don't you come in here and you're going to show us how we're going to make a crumble topping. The original recipe used to have crushed up Ritz crackers.
Buttery Ritz crackers.
Buttery Ritz crackers. So this is going to be our version.
A little bit different. So what I have here is, this is some keto bread, just a regular bread that we made. You can also buy a keto loaf if there's one that you like that's clean enough. This is one we made. And then we just grated. Just grate it. Doesn't have to be toasted or anything like that. Just grate it up. We're going to take about 2/3 cup. And I think this is about 2/3.
Perfect.
Yeah. This will do it. I'm going for it. We're going to put this in here. And then I'm going to use some ground pork rinds. A little bit here.
That'll add a little saltiness. Though these are not overly salted ones.
No, but the thing is, we're trying to replicate that buttery Ritz cracker taste. And just using pork rinds just didn't do it. So
too salty and too, just, I don't know, didn't have enough give. And the crumbs,
they didn't brown enough.
On their own are fine. You could use just that. But if you really want to get that buttery taste,
add butter.
Add butter.
So you just put a little butter, and now we're just going to mix it around, and then this is going to go on the top.
I'm going to actually add the chopped chicken. This is from rotisserie, and it's about 2 cups. You can roast your own chicken. If you have leftovers, this is perfect. So we're going to put this into our sauce.
But Mom used to always, it was like, take apart the bird. Like if it was a turkey or anything, she'd be ripping every little morsel of meat off.
Exactly.
And then we knew that the next meal we were going to get this chicken, I think she called it chicken or turkey bake, or I don't even know if it had even that name.
So I'm just going to toss this and get the chicken all coated, and I'm going to add the noodles, and then we're just going to put it into our casserole dish. How's that looking? All right, I think we're good.
And I think we're just going to do the dusting of the crumbs here. Oh, I'll try to get it all in.
Yeah, scooch her around. We are all ready.
Here you go. Oh, this looks great. I'm ready. If you enjoyed this recipe and you're hungry for more, please subscribe.
And don't forget to hit that notification button or you're going to miss our next video.
That's right.